A real change of pace now, and consumers are being encouraged to shop local to help Australian artisans through the coronavirus downturn. Leading butter producer Pepe Saya has kickstarted Aussie Artisan Week to showcase quality products. I spoke with their co-founders for Sky News. Pepe and Melissa, I know that you are social distancing from everybody else, but you're in close proximity because you are connected, of course, and you've got one earpiece in. How are you, each?
Hi, good morning. How are you?
Really
great, too. Great.
Where are you, Pepe?
We're at Carriage Works Markets, which is one of Sydney's premium farmers markets, located right near Redfern.
All right, now Melissa, yours is a great story of triumph in a very difficult period. We all needed to be nimble and agile where COVID-19 hit. Tell us where Pepe Saya was at prior to it happening and what happened.
Well, obviously things were going great guns for us. We'd entered a lot of new business through bakeries, and then COVID hit. So we'd actually, during that time leading into Easter, we lost about 80% of our wholesale business overnight. So when I say wholesale, I'm referring to restaurants, airlines, cafes. So all that just all fell by the wayside overnight. So we need to really look at how we were going to move forward from this. And we were lucky enough, we had an online platform already in place. Granted, though, we were only doing about 10 to 15 orders a week previous to COVID with our online. And then leading into that Easter weekend, we generated over 1,300 online orders. It was just amazing.
It's extraordinary.
So granted that, our team all pulled together. So we marketed heavily that home delivery to your door service, which was, it was remarkable.
Pepe, it's scary, isn't it? Because, look, I think everyone was just walking along the street, going about their life, going about their business, and then it was a sideswipe for everyone. So you had to think quick.
Yeah, it was definitely a challenging time, and when the hospitality or the food service industry took the hit, we were just the casualty of that as a supplier to that industry. So, yeah, we had to move very, very quickly. I think the turnaround time for us was about 2 days to turn it around. Because letting go of our staff at a train, changing your product or business model is so difficult, and the staff are so important. So at that time, we were just thinking, okay, how do we make enough money just to keep the staff? Because if you remember that time, that the government announcements weren't out yet, there was no help there. You just have to really just tackle it yourself.
Yeah, how much of a help was JobKeeper when it came in, Melissa, to keep those staff? Because I did hear your radio interview with Deb during the week, Deb Knight in Sydney.
Yes.
And you mentioned how good they have been, all types of different staff sort of showing how flexible they were in helping the operation.
Yep. Absolutely. Well, we had to look at what the minimum costs were for us to keep the business going, whether we were producing or not. So, and then we had the other flip of the coin where, it was a real priority for us to keep the staff employed and keep them earning an income. Some of their spouses or partners had lost their work, and because of their situations, they weren't able to access the JobKeeper. So for us, it was really vital that we make this online home delivery service work for our staff to keep an income coming in to pay their bills and, food on the table, etc. So, yeah.
Tell us about your beautiful, unique product, Pepe. I live in a little bit of a semi-rural area, and I love the fact that we can just drive up and people are selling things on the side of the road. You guys have got an extraordinary products.
Yeah, the butter we make is very unique. So we bring in the cream fresh from the farm that we use. We use 6 farms, mainly based in the East Coast dairy region. So, for example, Hastings Valley, Picton, Bega, all the way down to Aussie in Victoria. So when the cream comes into us, we add a lactobacillus culture. So we basically culture the cream with the bacteria. Then we ferment it. Then we churn it. So basically, what we're doing is we're getting as much flavour, natural flavours, into the fat as possible. And then once we churn that creme fraiche or soured cream that we make, we then pack it straight away. So when you buy our product or you taste our product, it's actually just been made because we make it and we put a 3-month shelf life on it. So it's very, very fresh. So people that know just look at our expiry date and count back 3 months and they know when it was actually produced. So it's got a very unique flavour. It's uniquely to what we do. It's uniquely Australian.
Yeah, and it's less processed.
Less processed.
Yeah, and you're making me hungry. You're making me want to sort of slice off one of those beautiful pieces of bread behind you and lather it all up.
I know. Well, they actually use our butter in their croissants and pastries, so Sonoma. Yeah.
Oh, tell us about this week. It's all about trying to motivate Australians to stick locally, to eat this fresh, beautiful, unique product, and not just yours.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just about ours. It's about, if you look around at this market, and this is a perfect example of what we're trying to drive, the message is that these guys, like, you got fruit, veg, you got bread, you got everything's made and picked so fresh. So, I mean, sure, not everyone can come to a market, not everyone's got the time, but what we're saying is 1 week a year to put the shine light on it. These guys, I mean, these producers have lost a lot by losing the restaurant trade and losing that hospitality industry. And we're saying, come down and support them. And if we can shine the light in that 1 week, Aussie Artisan Week, it's basically really, we might actually get someone that's never tried these products, never been to a farmer's market, and then they stay coming to a farmer's market in the long term. And that's sort of what we're hoping to achieve from this week.
So what's the hashtag, Melissa?
Hashtag Aussie Artisan Week. So we just asked people if they could, if they're going to promote or post on Instagram their favourite Aussie producers and just make sure they use the hashtag Aussie Artisan Week.
All right, I've popped one up on my Instagram. My use of technology is pretty scrappy. I've come kicking and screaming into the 21st century, but we're getting there. Just finally, how did you two guys come together in business? What's the genesis of it all?
It's a long story.
We're married with 2 kids.
Okay, well, you had to be in business together.
Yes, exactly. No, it's a lot of fun. I mean, people that do it and do it well, when, couples that work together and live together, you'll find that some people do it really well, and I think we do it really, really well. We met at work, so it's sort of a long time ago.
Was there any tense?
Wasn't that long ago, but
No, of course, you're a lot younger than me. Was there any tense moments over the butter when this whole thing started to happen?
Yeah, but that's always behind closed doors, right, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, I always like to stay positive and look at, there's a light at the end of the tunnel and, rather be proactive rather than reactive.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's been great to talk to you. Do you have one final message for the Australian public today? A lot of people are struggling. A lot of people have been through difficult times. But if everyone gets behind this initiative that you guys are talking about here, we may just, keep a few businesses afloat.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it's people above profit, and I think it's supporting your community. So this is not about, we're talking to everyone in Australia, go and support local, go and support direct, go and support farmers markets, support the high street. I mean,
absolutely,
that's the bloodline.
Yeah.
I mean, all that just gives a total new perspective as a shopper. I mean, I love going up to our local high street and talking to our local guy that runs the deli and trying new products that he's got in store, and rather, going to like a supermarket shop is very clinical, whereas this is a much, like doing something like this is just beautiful. It's amazing. You can talk to the producers, have a chat to them about their products and their wares and see how much love goes into it.
Yeah, and there's a lot of love in this story. Married couple, it's a family yarn, Pepe Saya, beautiful product. So, guys, great initiative, and thanks for joining us on Weekend Edition.
Thanks, Tim. Thanks for having us.